You are live now, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to this program, Naari, Nayan to Nivesh. A very popular program, very much in demand, and very much needed to be understood by all. Thank you, Dr. Jayashree and Dr. Shraddha, for curating this very important program. So, without any delay, I will hand over to you and welcome to the speakers as well as all the esteemed panelists who took out time here to be with us. Over to you, Dr. Jayashree.
So, thank you, madam. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. As I have been telling, this opportunity not just for us to have a platform, but also because it creates huge impact in the sense like people are really like appreciating WOS for this wonderful program because it touches the basics of finance and personal the personal finance aspect. So, we are communicating with the uh, our fellow doctors in a sense that as we have, I mean, as we approach our personal finance from zero, I mean, we are actually hand holding them from each step. So they feel a personalized approach to this program, and that itself speaks a lot. So, not delaying further, I'll just move on to the introduction part. Um, I'll share my slide. So, as we all know, Madam is the pillar and she's the inspiration behind uh, the program. And she is an inspiring leader in ophthalmology, the founder and chairperson of Tirupati Eye Center and Research Institute at Noida. She's a very senior eye surgeon. She's a visionary leader. She's Joint Secretary of AIOS, General Secretary of Women Ophthalmologists Society of India. Not just that, worldwide network also. She's the UP State Ophthalmologist Society General Secretary also. She has won Global Academic Icon Award, recipient of multiple prestigious honors. She is truly a wonder woman, as the award states. And regarding myself, I'm a glaucoma and cataract consultant working in Thrissur. I'm also associated with WOS in a capacity of junior associate head of Kerala. And I am also into very much into personal finance and spreading financial literacy. My co-lead, Dr. Shraddha, she has completed her cornea fellowship from prestigious LVPI, and she is the founder at Centra Hospital, Malad, Mumbai. And her interest is also, in addition to cornea refractive surgery, is in personal finance and especially spreading knowledge about financial literacy among women and fellow ophthalmologists. We have two great speakers today, Dr. Aruna. We had heard from her last time during her panel discussion, and she is a senior consultant and HOD of cataract and refractive services at Anand Eye Institute, Hyderabad. She has like numerous feathers on her cap. She's held many positions like Vice President of Operations, Anand Eye Institute, NABH assessor. She has degrees from IIM and all multiple facets her areas of interest include personal finance, wealth building, conducts basic finance workshops for doctor groups. She is a core member of WealthCon, a finance education platform for doctors by doctors. And Dr. Anupama Kalwad is also from Anand Eye Institute, and she did her fellowship in cornea from the same institute. And she is also, along with Dr. Aruna, did her, WealthCon course and is very much interested in personal finance and financial literacy. Unfortunately, Dr. Harikrishnan could not join us, but he is a very well known figure especially in the insurance field. Dr. Nilesh Kumar, I assume nobody needs an introduction to him. He's the medical director and consultant he is also a consultant in phaco refractive retina and glaucoma. He is the medical director at Madhavi Netralaya and his areas of interest beyond academics spans into finance, practice management, and AI. Multiple key positions that he has held is he was the Joint Secretary of EOC, Secretary of EOC currently, Associate Editor at iQuest, Section Editor of Glaucoma, AOS, the Dynamic eBook, Chair of Communication, Retina Roca, Retina World Congress. He has multiple index publications, 120 plus, 3 plus three plus book chapters, and one book that he has already published. Dr. Prachi Grover, she again is a phaco-refractive and glaucoma surgeon, director of American Eye Center, Delhi. She is executive member of WOS Delhi chapter, reviewer of Delhi Journal of Ophthalmology. She is an instructor and evaluator at AOSC. Dr. Shweta Pal Singh Rajput, she did her MS, MBBS, MS, and FICO, director at Prime Vision Eye Care, and director at Ahmedabad Eye Lasers, Maharashtra. Member of AIOC Insurance and TPA Committee, Zonal Member, Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society. Coming to Dr. Pooja, she is a cornea, cataract, and refractive consultant at Jaslok Hospital and Research Center. She is a proprietor at Dadar Eye and Neurocare. And these are our esteemed panel, and we will now listen to the speakers. We have a huge panel, very well known panels, ma'am. First talk will be by Dr. Aruna on insurance.
Shall I share my screen? Is it visible?
Yes.
Screen is visible?
Yes, yes.
I'm not able to see.
Dr. Aruna, you are not able to see the screen? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Now I'm able to see. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Jayashree Madam and was Dr. Mohita Madam and everyone. Today, I will be comprehensively presenting on professional indemnity, the term insurance and the health insurance. We both, Dr. Anupama and myself, we have learned our finance from a educational platform by doctors for the doctors, the WealthCon financial education platform. So we don't have any financial financial interests. So 1 second, madam. Just yes, why is financial education important? So basically the main goal for us is that our passive income should be more than the expenses. So coming to the financial, financial education. So a lot of things come under this finance planning. Some we earn, we save, spend, invest. But why is this insurance also comes into financial education? So the thing is, once we earn, we want to protect whatever we have created, the wealth we have created. So once if there is any untoward thing happens in our life, then what happens? Whatever we have earned, that will be lost. So to protect whatever we have earned, and also for that we need the insurance. So insurance is a financial arrangement which is designed to protect individuals or businesses from unexpected financial losses due to specific risks or event. So insurance, we can divide the insurance basically into the life insurance, that is the term insurance, and the other one is the general insurance. Under general insurance, it includes all the health, accident, professional indemnity, fire, property, and also the all these things. Coming to the life insurance, it can be clubbed with any investment and without investments. So when it is clubbed with investments, it is called as ULIPs. That is, there are three insurances with investments. That is ULIPs, unit-linked insurance plans, endowment plans, and money-back plans. So what is unit-linked insurance plans? It is a mix of a life cover and market-linked investments. So there will be a lock-in period for that limited funds, and the choices and switching to other funds is very limited. So endowment or money back, it comes with a fixed returns, and the money is blocked for about whatever period we have. We had the terms and conditions. So it gives. It is marketed as giving returns, but it usually doesn't beat the inflation. So coming to the professional indemnity, there is not much we need to do a research for that. We should take a policy from major insurance companies, and we should not go for any schemes from the intermediaries. Minimum is 1 crore. If the branch is a high risk branch, we should go up to 5 to 10 crores. So the important thing in this is AOA is to AOY. That is, any one accident is to any one year should be 1:1. Usually the insurers usually offer as 1:4 ratio by default. So we should see, the main thing we need to see in this professional indemnity is the inception date. That is, if we are porting also, the retrospective date, we need to check one thing. And the second thing is the AOA is to AOY should be 1:1. Let us see what is this AOA is to, how it works. This should be chosen when we when we buy a policy. The ratio decides how much risk you and the insurer shares. If it is the AOA is to AOY equal to 1:1, that means, for example, if 10 lakhs, we have taken a coverage of 10 lakhs, it gives full 10 lakhs cover for one big claim. But if it is 1:2, then though our cover is 10 lakhs, and if we have any event, and that cover is 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs also, the coverage that is given by the insurance company will not be 10 lakhs, only half of it. That means only 5 lakhs for one accident will be given, even though it covers 10 lakhs. So if it is 1:4, then if we have a cover of 20 lakhs for one claim at one particular point, only 5 lakhs. Even though if we don't have any claims, let us say that only we had a claim of 1 lakh, one claim in that year, and our ratio is 1:4, we are eligible only for 5 lakhs for each claim. All that 15 lakhs cannot be claimed. So the more important thing is, we need to check these two things, that the retrospective date, if we are porting it, and the ratio should be 1:1. Usually 1:1 ratio works best, because if one lawsuit can cost a lot. So keep the full policy limit ready for one event. Generally, for the general doctor or the doctors who are at low risk, they can go for 1:2 or 1:4. Main thing, these are the 2 points we need to look into the professional indemnity. Coming to the term insurance. So in case there is an untimely demise of any earning member, that is why we need a term insurance at that time to protect our family financially. So can anyone, all of us, do we need to take the term insurance? No. If there are no dependents, if we have no liabilities on our name, there is no need of any term insurance. So whenever we have dependents and we have financial liabilities, then only we need to take it. So we should start as early as possible, so that our premium will be lower, and the premium will be fixed throughout our policy. That means in term insurance, once the premium is fixed, it will not change, unlike the health insurance. So we can go through an advisor on an online. Better, we need to check which company has good settlement ratio, high claim settlement amount, and affordable premium rates, and then go with the term insurance. Usually, the recommended term insurance is 20 times our annual income, or 20 times our annual expenses plus liabilities. So when we go for term insurance, the checklist which we should do, it should not be mixed with any investments. It should be a pure term insurance. It should not be mixed with investments, as I told, the ULIPs, endowment policy, money back policy. Always better you pay the premium annually, and we need not need a coverage up to 80 years, 90 years. As long as our liabilities are there, we can cover till that age. Till that age, we can take the coverage. And if at all our liabilities are over even before that, and if the thing is, if at all we don't have anything behind us to be taken care, then even before that also we can stop paying that term insurance. Always take from trusted companies and top insurers. There is no financial interest in this, but these are some of the few companies which are good. So whenever we take a term insurance, disclose all the medical history. Not the medical history should include all our habits, everything which we should disclose it. And the important waivers which we should check the box in that term insurance is the terminal insurance and disability insurance. So complete your application yourself, tell your spouses and family members. I'll talk on the married woman. So what is so whenever we are going for a term insurance, so initially if it is a male person, make sure that you check the Married Women Protection Act. What is this Married Women Protection Act? Once we opt for that, the creditors cannot claim for benefit of our amount after our death. Only beneficiary can be the wife or child only. Only beneficiary can get the benefit. Beneficiary, if it is without Married Women Protection Act, beneficiary can be anyone in the family. But when we check it, it is only the wife or the child whom we have nominated. And if we do not check the MWP Act, the policy holder, if I am the policy holder taking the insurance, I can cancel. I mean, the male person can cancel the policy anytime. But if it is MWP, when we opt for that, what happens? The policy can be cancelled only if the beneficiary agrees. Here, the beneficiary is the wife or the child. So make sure all the male persons who have not taken the term insurance, make sure that you check the opt for the Married Women Protection Act. Coming to the life stage protection, this is also an important, useful thing. So this covers our response. As our responsibilities increase, our coverage also we can increase. That means unless we, suppose I am single, I have taken a insurance. Now I got married. So now if I opt for this life stage protection, what happens? I can include my spouse as a beneficiary. Again, if my child comes, I can include the kid. And the thing is also, of course, the premiums increases with coverage, but still, if we do not opt for this life stage protection, we cannot include them in between. And the use of this is, it keeps our family well protected. Actually, it saves time. We need not go and again go for the policy, go and do the medical test again and again. In one policy, that means in every stage we can. So if I am building a house, I can opt for that also in that life stage protection. So make sure that MWPA and the life stage protection is opted when we take the insurance. So inform your spouses about term insurance. So key advantages, especially for doctors, because we doctors, we start our career late, and also we start with huge debts, means for our businesses and for setting up our practices, we usually take huge loans. So first of all, we need to make sure that we take a good term insurance, depending on whatever, they are not hard and fast rules, but these are usually these are the rules where we need to take the 20 times of our annual income, and we should opt for critical illness, accident, death waiver, and waiver of the premium riders. All these things we can do so that it will be useful for us in the future. So let me just walk through one of the example. Here I have mentioned it as ignorance plan. What is ignorance plan? The financial plans or the insurances which we take out of our financial ignorance, that we call it as the financial the ignorance plans. So these ignorance plans, usually it includes the insurance plus investment plus tax saving together. So if we take this example, if at all, if we are paying 1.2 lakhs per year as a premium, if it is an ignorance plan, that is, it's a mix of insurance, tax saving, and investment, the net thing which we get at the end of 30 years is around, these are not fixed numbers, but arbitrarily approximately around these numbers. So 62 lakhs we will be getting. So if we calculate the XIRR, it will be around 5.1% per annum. And this 5.1%, it will not even beat our inflation. Right now, our inflation is around 6.6 to 7% for us in India. So if at all, if at all this 1.2 lakhs, if we have divided into one pure term insurance and invest the investment in equity, example, so the premium for this term insurance is very less when compared to these ignorance plans. So for example, if our premium when calculated is around, let us say 20,000 or 30,000, put the 20,000 into the pure term insurance, and the remaining 90,000 or 70,000 you invest in the equity. So the equity market, our equity market is rising right now, and we are in the growing phase. India is in the growing phase, and at the end of 30 years, the same thing we have invested in two different things. We have made the insurance separate and we have divided the investment separately, and the final thing which we are going to get is 2.9 crores. And the tax right now in the new tax regime, there is no advantage of any of these insurances also. So smartly we need to invest this and do not take any ignorance plans. So let me just, if we go through the comprehensive analysis, the ULIPs policies, they're yielding about 4.6%. The mutual funds 10 to 15% over the long term. Endowment returns are not are not beating the inflation. But if we go divide it like a term insurance and we do a SIP, it is more efficient strategy. So never mix your insurance and the investment together. So what is the action plan? Once we understand and we are educated, we need to audit our current insurance. Separate protection from wealth creation. Here, wealth creation means, see, whenever we have divided that 1.2 crores, 2 lakhs into like 30,000 example, into the term insurance, it is a protection. And the 90,000, with the 90,000 which we are making a SIP, it is we are creating wealth out of that. So we should separate the protection from wealth creation. If at all, if we are into ULIPs and endowment policies and our the paying term is very high, means more than plans and plan a term insurance with an equity mutual funds. If we are not having term insurance, start term insurance and start SIPs, because in the term insurance there are no hidden charges. The premium is fixed. Sum assured is fixed, and there is no lock-in period or no surrender penalties. So ignorance policies, never take ignorance policies. And insurance is an expense. Don't waste time to study expenses. So this is what we have learned in WealthCon, and we are following it. So coming to the health insurance. So now, as I have told you, once we create the wealth, so some untoward thing happens in our life. Therein, if some health issue comes, and so what all we have earned, it will not take much time for us for that to destroy the wealth we have created. So whenever we are taking a health insurance, few things we need to keep in mind. The waiting period. We need to check what is the waiting period for anything usually 30 days standing waiting period is there, wherein the accidents are covered, but other things are not covered. So in some, yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah. So if pre-existing diseases are there, usually it is 3 years standard waiting period. So they may ask you to upgrade the policy, but better we should better not upgrade it, because once we start upgrading it, our premiums will leak. So special illnesses like that, those are the diseases which are not like standard 2 years waiting period, and the same thing will applies for this also. Whenever we are planning for upgrades in health insurance, unlike term insurance, it is not fixed. The thing is, it will the exorbitant increase in the premium will be there, so we need to be cautious. This year they may waive, like they may give us some discount, but then that will not continue, and the premium will be more. And coming to the floaters, there may be family floater, individual cover, and plan. So what is family floater? Floater, it is a shared cover. That means wife, husband, and kids all together will be shared in that family floater. For example, if 10 lakhs is the premium, not premium, sum assured. Suppose if one of the family member gets sick, if 6 lakhs is used for that family members uh, for any problem, then the 4 lakhs should be divided between the other three for the rest of the period in that annum. So it is always better to have an individual cover separately for wife, husband, and also the kids separately 10 lakhs. And if at all, if we are taking a family floater with a shared cover, then our sum assured should be little more. And once the kids become adults, we should split the insurance and make them separate. And we should never club our insurance parents, because once if when we club our insurance with the old parents, the company assumes the oldest person's age, considers the oldest person's age, and then the premium is decided. Then the premium will be very high. So divide the floater into two, parents and family, husband, wife, couple, and kids, are the couple separately, kids separately, and parents separately. And parents also, if two parents are there, one father has some illness like cardiovascular problem or anything, and mother is healthy, then don't club both of them. Take a separate insurance for father and mother, because again, if we club, if they consider the disabilities and ailments of the person, and also the age of that person, and the premium will be too high for both of them together. So separate it, split it. So this is about the floaters. Coming to the there are three things which we should be very in the insurance. The room rent cap. There should not be a room rent cap. When we take an insurance, make sure that there is no room rent cap. There should not be disease supplement, and there should not be co-pay also. Here is one example. This example I have taken courtesy is our economics web series. From that I have taken this. So if at all we are eligible in any insurance, if at all we are eligible, actually when we joined, if our room rent is 15,000, then what the insurance people does is, so they will compare what is our eligibility and what is our actual room rent. According to this example, our eligibility is 10,000 only, but ours is 15,000. That means only, so out of 15,000, only 10,000 is eligible. No? So what happens? The billing will be done not only for the room rent, entire billing will be, the claim will be settled only for 67,000, and they sure that there is no copay. And about the sublimits can be for the policy holder or for the hospitals. If I take a policy I have a policy of, let us say 1 crore. Then in that policy, there is no limit for any treatment. So the cataract doesn't have any limit according to my policy. So when I go to the hospital may have a sublimit. That means the hospital's terms and conditions may be like that for a cataract in this insurance company, the sublimit is only 30,000. So though I'm eligible for 1 lakh, the hospital is not cannot is eligible only for 30,000. So the hospital will settle my claim at 30,000, and the extra I need to pay. So in such situations, what we should do, we should pay from our pocket and then reimburse it, so that we will get more claim amount. So the basically what we should understand here is no room cap. We should make sure that their room rent cap should be there, should not be there. Disease sublimit should not be there. The copay should not be there. So this is a small example. So here the person has 15 lakhs sum assured. And the thing is, the actual claim amount means after the admission, the bill the patient is the claim amount is 10 lakhs. So what happens? The hospital or the patient may be having a sublimit for cerebrovascular accident of 4 lakhs. So here the patient is eligible for 4 lakhs. Then what does the hospital does? They will consider everything. They will go for the room rent cap, ICU, and all. If those charges come for 8 lakhs, and if the patient has to pay copay of 30% of 8 lakhs is 2.4 lakhs. So the hospital will make the 2.4 lakhs, and the claim amount after that is 5.6 lakhs. So here are two scenarios. One is the subliminal is only for 4 lakhs. After the admissible claim amount, the eligibility is 5.6 lakhs. So the insurance company looks at both the numbers, 4 lakhs and 5.6 lakhs, whichever is lesser number, 4 lakhs. So we should be careful. We are taking a health insurance that the sublimit for any disease should not.
You're not audible, Dr.
Okay.
Aruna. It's breaking in between.
Okay, madam. Now, how is it, madam?
It's coming in between. It's coming correctly, but in between it is breaking. It's fine. Please go on.
Okay. I have come to the
Okay.
end. So top up is one of the maximizing coverage. So whenever we take the super top up, better we should always take the base policy and the super top up policy on the same day. So super top up is the premium is very less when compared to the base policy. So in super top up there will be aggregate deductible. That is for deductible. So we need to pay 20 lakhs from our pocket once in a year. So there are some companies wherein the deductibles will be for every claim. We must make sure when we take a super top up plan that the deductible should be only once in a year for one claim. So we should also make sure that super top up should disclose pre-existing diseases and habits, disclose already existing policies, read exclusion criteria. Better to go with the agents, because if we have any problem, they will be our mediators, and they will help us. So ultimately, disclosure at the time of taking policy, the truth is very important. If we are true in disclosures, the claim cannot be rejected in any company, because IRDA is very strict now. So whenever we take the health insurance, these are all the few things which we need to consider: base policy plus super top up, which city we are staying, where we may be getting treatment, what are the prices around that, and how many network hospitals they have, and what about the in-house settlements? Is there pre and post hospitalization coverage? And the coverage should include all the consumables, deductibles, daycare treatment, and better to avoid GIPSA companies and include the critical illness rider whenever we are taking the health insurance. These are all the points we need to consider. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We both are from this WealthCon platform. We thank Dr. Ram, who is the founder of this WealthCon. And finally, I would like to tell what I did once I came. Only this today, now it is 2026. 2022, I has the opportunity to join this. So once I joined, I have ported to the cover you, which we have through AIOS. I made my professional indemnity claim from 1:4 to 1:1, and my retrospective date was wrong. I made sure that my retrospective date got corrected. I closed all my ULIP plans, all my that Jeevan Anand and all which I had almost I was paying like more than 1 lakh. I closed all those plans. And coming to health insurance, I took the health. I was already having an health insurance. Once I came to know about these conditions, I made sure all these are covered or not. Thankfully, in my insurance, everything was covered. So once I learned finance, I became independent. I thank WealthCon platform and also WOS for giving me this opportunity.
That was a wonderful presentation, Dr. Aruna. But regarding that super top-up area, that was not very clear. That sound was not there, audio was not working. Can you just go through that slide once more? That is an important portion, no?
Yes, madam. I think a little. My screen is visible, madam.
At this point, no. Then it
Yes.
was.
Now I will share it. I think it is visible right now.
Yeah, that super top up that portion, no? Will you just and those jargons, deductibles and all those, can you just simplify a little bit? So
This
how
one?
it is? Yeah.
So one thing is the restoration. Restoration, I didn't talk much because of paucity of time. The thing is, the agent may ask us to go for an add-on of restoration. How it works is, suppose if our base plan is 20 lakhs and we have incurred a bonus of 10 lakhs over the time and we have taken an add-on of 5 lakhs.
I understand bonus is no claim bonus, right?
Yes, madam. Okay, so then the thing is, if at all our claim is like 25 lakhs. So what happens in claim 1, totally 20 lakhs from base policy is over and from bonus 5 lakhs is over. So we are left with 5 lakhs in bonus and 5 lakhs in the add-on. So next, in the second claim, if we have 15 lakhs of claim, our bill is 15 lakhs. Now we have 5 lakhs of bonus and add-on of 5 lakhs means we are left with only 10 lakhs with us, but our bill is 15 lakhs. But we have an add-on, restoration add-on of 20 lakhs. What some companies means the terms and conditions which we check it, if at all, sometimes what happens, the company says, unless we complete all the buckets of bonus add-ons, then only restoration will come into will be activated. That means if at all, if our bill is 15 lakhs, we need to pay 5 lakhs from our pocket in the claim 2. Then only in claim 3, the restoration of add-on, this one of 20 lakhs will come into play. So we need to make sure that when we take a restoration, we need to make sure that even in the claim 2, that restoration should come into activation. Okay, one thing. Second thing, the super top-up. Super top-up is, why is it important means, it is the premium is like a base policy, but we can get sum assured of more sum assured will be there. So the only difference here is that it will have some aggregate deductible. If at all, if at all our claim is like 30 lakhs. Okay. So base policy 20 lakhs is over and 10 lakhs we need to pay because deductible means we need to pay that amount so that the super top up policy will come into activation. That is what is super top up policy. So we should always take both the base policy and super top up policy on the same date. Okay, madam?
Yeah. So it simply means that if it is not on the same date, what happens is that aggregate deductible will go from your pocket.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the base policy will take care of that.
Yes.
If it was on the same date.
Yeah. If at all, when we have a super top up policy and we got there is no base policy, no. We don't have if that base policy is not there, then that base policy amount we need to pay.
Correct. Okay.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Madam Jayashree and Mohita Madam and boss for giving me this opportunity.
Panelists, we will take questions and discussion after the second topic. Okay. Dr. Anupama, you're ready with the presentation?
Yes, madam.
It's on the short-term and long-term strategies, and we'll also have a demo of the platform, right?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Madam, Aruna madam, can you stop screen share so that I can start?
In the meantime, Dr. Nilesh, Dr. Prachi, any comments, any quick point?
I think everything, it was a very well made presentation. Everything was covered. Whatever, I was taking down points to say, and then the next slide it was covering. One thing I just wanted to add before we go on to discussion was that when you are going to take professional indemnity insurance, ensure that you and your hospital, if you are a hospital owner, both have their separate covers. So that it becomes very important because both become party in any lawsuit that is there. And that's all. I think once we start discussing, we will just keep on adding.
Dr. Anupama, your screen is not shared.
No, I am not able to.
Aruna, can you just close that? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Now it's seen.
Is it okay?
Yeah, you can make slideshow.
I'm not able to do it. Stuck
Full-
for
full
some
screen.
reason.
Yeah, you're there.
This one?
Just press that. It will come. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So at the
Great.
outset, I would like to thank boss Jayashree madam, Mohita ma'am, all the esteemed panelists for this opportunity to talk on my short, small topic, which is self-made rather than taught. So after that brainstorming session by Dr. Aruna madam, I would quickly take you along the differences between short-term fixes and long-term goals, how to choose and why to choose them. So, am I rightly audible, madam? Yeah. So, why at all do we have to talk about this topic? So, slowly we start learning that managing money is a way of systematic life. And once we begin our financial journey, we become more self reliant and we talk about investing and we understand that investing means wealth creation as well as wealth protection. So, what is an investment? So, it is an investor choosing an instrument to create or protect their wealth depending on whatever is their target. So, as we can see here in this slide, it depends on for what time horizon you want to make your investment, whether you are starting very young, what is your risk appetite, whether you are ready to take huger risks, whether, like I said earlier, you want to create wealth or protect what you have, how is your expertise, that is minimal to advanced, and what is the time and effort you're putting in, that is, for example, 10 minutes a month to 10 minutes a day. So why do we at all need this financial planning for doctors in India? As such, our generation of income is delayed. We are already debt burdened. We have a very irregular income pattern to begin with. We already invest a lot in the setups and requirements. We have concerns about liabilities, professional liabilities. And as soon as we start our professional journey, there are a lot of family expectations behind us. And in the time that we spend in studying, we have a very limited business and financial acumen. So what I been taught at WealthCon, the financial platform that me and Dr. Aruna Madam shared together, that a short-term investment means anything that you invest for results under 1 to 3 years for immediate or near future needs. So it has lower risks that are prioritized, and there are more stable returns that you get here. Now, this also has high liquidity. That is, once you understand that you need money, you can convert this investment into money and then repay whatever you want to. As the years are lesser, the compounding is lower, and you require more active monitoring and market expertise to handle this short term returns. With long term, I understand it is over 7 years. That is a full term of long investment. And your goal is big, like retirement fund or child education or things like that. This has more stability to market volatility. This has lower liquidity. That is, you will not be able to get this money back immediately. And for doing so, you may incur penalties. So you have to think when you want long term investment. The compounding is more here because your interest will be reinvested so that the growth is exponential. But you require also very less active management. It is less demanding. Just do a thorough research before starting and then leave it there. So, what are all the short term investment options that are available? In equity, you have direct stocks and index funds, that is the ETFs, liquid funds which are more stable, ELSS schemes, or schemes like government backed schemes like FDs, RDs, or debt funds which are of very low risk. By long term investment, we have options like mutual funds, which comes at the top, and a systematic investment plan in the mutual fund is the best option. Also, government backed options like national pension schemes and public provident funds, which go up to your retirement, and not very easily convertible assets like real estate and gold. So the strategy has to be that you start small but be consistent during as early as residency or first years of your practice. First, build a safety net. That is, you have your emergency fund before going for long term goals like wealth creation. You always diversify your portfolio, equity, debt, real estate, and gold. And you because your risks has to balance. Then, if you have any debt, repay it at the earliest. And also, you can utilize this tax saver schemes like ELSS, NPS, and PPF to have a reduced tax income. And beyond this, if you want to have higher goals, you can readily take professional guidance or consult somebody who is well known in this area. So, this was just the first overview to start investing with. Now, after talking about what to choose, once we choose what you want to do, we can slowly start thinking whether we can do it on our own or we need help. So once we decide whether you want a short term plan or a long term investment, you decide what are the strategies here in both the options. Now, do we consult somebody or do we go ahead and do something on our own? So, as we have understood, it is important to invest, as we have classified, kind of made up our mind where to invest next. So, what is a do it yourself wealth management mean? That is, you manage your own finances without an assistance of a professional advisor. You take your investment decisions, create a savings plan, make a portfolio, and also manage the risks independently. So, what are the pros of doing it yourself? You have all the control over your financial decisions. Of course, you avoid the fees, advisory fees, and there is a lot of flexibility in the portfolio which you can time according to the market risks. So, what are the cons? That it is definitely time consuming. You need to sit with it almost every day or every week. The risk of making mistakes is always there. And sometimes don't blame yourself for lacking the expertise. So, if the other way around you choose to have a professional wealth management advisor, then you can take your financial this thing to policies to a expert, and you can hire a manager who will create a portfolio for you and who will give you advices. Now, most of the professional wealth managers, they give you these advices that you make an investment, you plan it for your tax saving and your retirement, or you have high goals like estate planning where you are not able to handle all your wealth alone. And if you do not want to take risk at all, hire a professional. So, who should consider what? If you want to do it yourself, you need to be enough tech savvy and comfortable with online tools. You need to be experienced in managing your portfolio and updating yourself. You should have simple financial needs like building an emergency fund or investing for a retirement. But you should also have a good risk appetite if you want to do it yourself. Versus you hire a planner if you value and time convenience, you have a legacy building which you do not understand much, and you have complex financial needs because if you have income from multiple streams and high net worth assets, it gets difficult for you.
Dr. Anupam, are you sharing a slide?
I didn't get you, madam.
Are you sharing slide along with your speaking?
Yes, it is not coming, madam.
No.
Where did it stop?
That happy investing.
Oh, the next one did not. Okay.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I am sharing.
Okay.
Now, are you able to see now?
Yeah, why to invest has come.
Okay.
Just run the slides, whichever you have spoken, just click
Yeah.
through that.
So this I had spoken, the
Yeah.
pros and cons of
Mm.
so what a professional wealth manager could do or offer us. These are the services offered by a professional wealth manager. And who should consider what? Again, so now the big question, should I consider doing it myself once I have gone through all the coaching and explanations? So I would definitely say yes to doing it yourself because you are your best judge. I think you can handle your portfolio much better and you know your wealth needs much more than any professional planner. So just decide what is your target. That is your time horizon, your age when you're starting, your risk appetite, your goal, whether you want for short term or long term, and improved expertise to manage this wealth. Like I told you, this is the strategy we should have. So once we start doing it ourselves, we understand these are the most popular tools of investment that are available online. All of them are good, but you have to decide which one depending on whether you want to go for a short-term investment, long-term investment. How about the liquidity? So a little basic introduction to the market ecosystem. So what is a stockbroker? What is a stockbroking platform? So a stockbroker is your access to the stock market. So make sure you choose a right broker that matches your requirements well. Then what is a stockbroking platform? So it is a platform which offers a demat account which shares your needs with the depositories. So depository could be your where your money could go through this account and from where your returns come back. So if you are starting all on your own, what are the prerequisites that you need? You need to first link your Aadhaar number to your mobile number. Your bank account details have to be linked up well, and your name on the PAN card has to match with the name in your bank account ditto. So once we are ready with all these prerequisites, I am going to take you through an overview through the most common stockbroking platform, that is Zerodha, the Kite app. This is just a specimen explanation. I have no financial interests here. So what options does this give you? It gives you options to stocks, it gives you to mutual funds, futures and options, and if you want to check on any IPOs. So this is how your console looks once you download this app. You have to log in if you already have an account with a password and open a new account. Just click on the option and the questions start getting answered. The accounts is being framed. So as I said, the name on the bank account has to match with the PAN card. Otherwise, this won't go ahead. So once you are logged in and you have an account, this is how your console dashboard looks like. I have just shared screenshots of my account so that we understand this better. So there are different headings here: dashboard, orders, holdings, positions, bids, and funds. We'll quickly run through each one of them so that you have an overview of what you are dealing with. So first thing is, once your once your account opens, to the left hand side you have the different stocks that are displayed here. On the left upper side you have Nifty 50, that is the top 50 index funds, the Sensex, that is the rate that is going up and down. Now if you want to search for any stock, you have to simply search typing here in this column. So next, once you type here, your stock will be displayed and the parameters will start appearing here, whether it is in profit or it is in loss. So next, once you go through further, you will have options. This is the dashboard that is over. Next, you have the orders column. Once you go to the orders column, these sub columns GTT, baskets, SIP get opened up. What is GTT? GTT means good till triggered. That is, it is an option where Zerodha gives you an opportunity to set prices to buy or sell a stock irrespective of your watch time. So if you are very busy, not able to see the screen always, or if you're interested in buying or selling a stock at a particular price, then you will set your option here in this GTT column and you will just do your important work peacefully. Whenever there is a trigger to that price, the app will remind you so that you can go there and take further action. So this option is to buy or sell one particular stock. Now, what is baskets option? Basket means you can, just like a flower basket or a fruit basket, you can create a basket which has lot of stocks, ETFs together. That is, you create a bunch of investment strategy and you keep it fixed so that it gets repeated every time. What is the SIP option? When to repeat it. Now this basket tells you what all stocks you will repeat. But SIP will tell you when all you will repeat. That is, it is setting the time limit or a monthly schedule. It will give you daily, monthly, weekly options to set. So every time that date, time comes, your funds will be utilized immediately to buy all that you have put in your basket. So now we know what to buy, when to buy, but how to buy. So once you go, like I said, to the column here on the top left and you type whatever you ETF or stock you want to buy, it will display options like this. B blue color to buy, S red color to sell. Then once you click on B or S, your chart will open like this. So which will tell you one quantity, its price, how much you want to buy, you can set. Or if you want to sell, you go on the red option. It will show you again and you will decide when to sell, how much for it to sell. Now next, once you understand what to buy, how to sell, next thing is which one to buy, which one to sell. So this you can go, just like I told you, you go on one entity here, click, it will also open a chart. So this chart, there are various type of chart for technical analysis, what is called to decide what to buy and what to sell. And Zerodha, it supports two forms of charts, Chart IQ and Trading View. So this is the Trading View chart. So this chart will show you whether this stock or this ETF is giving you profit with time and whether it is worth buying. So once you decide all this, you will get started and you will start purchasing, and whatever you purchase will start getting shown in your holdings here. So we went to the dashboard column, we saw the orders column, and now once we have placed orders, all our orders will be displayed here in the holdings column. So in the holdings column, as we keep buying, it will also tell us what is our profit and loss, our net change with the stock, our day to day addition and deletion of profits with the particular stock. So holdings also have two columns, like you see up here. This is your equity column. The next one is your mutual fund column. So equity for our this thing is a very short term. It is mostly done for short term, but if you have the tolerance, you can increase equity for 7 years also. Mutual fund is usually for long term, and you can keep checking your profit loss statements once in a while, once in a month revision to buy more or sell or do whatever with the profit you earn. So dashboard, orders, holdings. Next, positions we will come later. This is the last column, that is the funds, which will show you how much money we have put in the Zerodha account, how much is the used margin. Now there is another section here, commodity, which applies for our futures and options, commodities like gold, silver, etc., where you pledge some money like a margin to the stock exchange, which will be returned back to you once the future date is over. So due to paucity of time, I cannot go so much into detail. I am just giving you an overview of whatever is the meaning of the visible terms here in the account. So once you are done with funds, here you have two options: add funds, where you can add more money there, or withdraw funds. That is, you want some money to be transferred back to you from here, from your profits, you can do that also. Next, coming to the console, final console, you want to have an overview of what all you have done in this till now. Whether your investments are going upstream or downstream, you want to have an analysis, you have to go back to the final portfolio performance column. So here it will tell you everything regarding you have everything in one page, which will tell you what positions and your holdings are. It will generate reports for you, that is your trade book, how much you have lost, how much you have gained, what is your profit loss statement from whatever time period you want. And the funds column here, which will show you your details, your bank details, your your PAN number, mobile number, whether your KYC is updated or not. And the last one is the accounts column, which will tell you last one is the accounts column, which will tell you whatever your bank details, along with that your nominee also. This nominee column is also important because you have to know, or you have to check at any point of time, or tell your nominee, change your nominee, you have to go to this column and you can add or delete whatever you want. So this is to the best of my knowledge I have gone through. Uh, so I think we all will start investing from today. Thank you.
So that was a wonderful session, actually very elaborate, in the sense like you have introduced multiple aspects, short term versus long term, whether you should do it yourself or somebody should help you, and you have given an insight to the commonly used platform. So it is like everything in a nutshell that you have given. So now we'll go to the panel also. So, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Prachi, Dr. Shraddha is there, Dr. Pooja is there, and please, any specific comments you can start, then we will open for panel discussion.
Hi, Dr. Anupama. It was really a big topic and very comprehensively covered. Just one addition from my side is that when you consider using GTT feature of Zerodha, you need to activate DDPI feature also, so that you don't waste your precious minutes in entering the T-pin or the reduce the risk of getting the transaction failed. And also for buy GTT, you have to maintain sufficient balance in your Zerodha account. So only these two additions from my side. Otherwise, very well covered topic.
So
Thank you.
I just want to clarify. I assume like even beginners are also listening to our was talk. This GTT simply means that good till triggered, in the sense like if we feel like some stock, the price is at 560 at this point of time. I feel that the fair value for this stock is at 500, and I would like to purchase this stock at 500. Then what I will give is I pre-order this stock at 500. So I will buy this stocks. I want five numbers of this stock at 500. I'll give this order under GTT. So when this stock falls till 500, so it might fall next day or after 1 week or sometime later. Even whenever it falls and reaches 500, it will give a range. So something above 500, it will give an alert to you, even in the email or also in the message. The gives an alert so that you are ready to grab that opportunity. So that alert is what is called GTT. So it is very useful, because our work timing and this work timing of stock market does not match. 9:50 to 3:30 we are also very busy. So these alerts are the ones which allows us to buy good stocks at good value. So that is the importance of GTT. Yeah. And Dr. Pooja, Dr. Prachi.
Uh, yeah, nicely covered. Both the topics were like nicely covered, and I would like to like professional indemnity is just like learning surgical skills. Like we manage our complication, we learn to manage our complication. It is similar to that only, so that we can have a peaceful night and a peaceful mind, so we can work efficiently for our patient care and for our family also. So both the things are investing in equity and having a insurance, both are equally important, and I think these topics should be we should incorporate these topic in one of the subject in the medical subjects. We should incorporate these things, because we learn medical surgical skills, medical things, but we don't learn finances. There should be one subject in our medical.
It should come much more earlier, in the sense like towards high school and all those things, so that everybody knows a bit about it. But let us learn it later than never, no? Yeah.
Actually, for me, it started when I joined my secondary DNB, and it was because one of my teachers, like he was a pediatric ophthalmologist, just sitting 2 days into my DNB course, and I was sitting in a cafe having my evening tea, and he came and he's like, "Mutual, do you invest in mutual fund?" And he made me start as SIP then and there. So he told, "You have 500 per month, so you start that and you start learning." So I think when we are with somebody who are junior and not into it, at least what we can do is actively encourage them to start a SIP then and there. Once they have some skin in the game, they will try to read more, and that's how my journey started from there. So I'll just give my 2 cents. First, Dr. Aruna's talk, it was very elaborate, as I told. What she covered is insurance, and like she has abundantly mentioned it throughout her talk, is that investment is separate and insurance is separate. But all your investment are being safeguarded by these insurance, so that has to be made sure. If you are starting on your investment journey and if you are not having insurance, stop everything. First, buy your insurance and then you start your investment journey. Otherwise, you have 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 50 lakh corpus, one hospitalization, and everything is gone. So it has to be covered by insurance. Even if you are taking loan right now, like all the companies, they give insurance against loan. So God forbid if something happens to the borrower, the family is safe. They don't have to pay that loan. The insurance company will cover that. So anything that you are going to take, even if you are having any assets that hold value, land, everything, and even your hospital and or it has to be covered by fire, burglary, and all those things, so that your investment is not getting hampered because of any untoward incidents that is happening. So that is very important. Again, indemnity, as I told, it has to be in individual versus hospital, and it always has to be a term plan. Anything you are going to take the simplest product that is available, no complex, no overhead, no nothing. When you calculate over the time, anything extra you are going to pay to the company, you might start your mutual fund SIP and have a better corpus than what cover they are providing of 5-10 lakhs for that add-on. So that was one thing, and one thing is like uh, start your life insurance as early as possible, because health insurance, if you start at 45, it doesn't matter. It is fixed for 45. At 50, it is fixed for 50. But insurance, term insurance, if you start at 25, the premium is like 10% of what you start at 35. So as you grow, the premium starts to grow, and once that grows, it remains same for lifetime. It doesn't grow. So if you start at 25, it is some 100 rupees, 200 rupees per month, and that remains for 60, 65 years of age. So that is there. Similarly, for what Dr. Anupama told, as I told, start early. Like when you don't most of us, when we start earning very heavily, and then we try to start investing, and then we are fearful that we are going to lose money, and then we just immediately start talking to somebody who will invest for us, and then they can play us anything, because we don't know the basics. Like in all the science, if we are not knowing the basics, anybody can play us. The pharma company will come and tell you, write this drug. Similarly, they will tell you, invest in this product, and we will invest in that product. So for knowing the basic, it's better to start with 500,000 rupees, make all the mistakes during residency or in the senior residency. And then once you become consultant, you have sizable amount. Like the investment will keep growing and you will have more and more corpus to handle. And I totally agree. After a time, it becomes impossible for you to track market once you become busy. So at that time, when you see that it is not going to, you can't do the active investment, pass it on to somebody and just keep an overview. They will, you just keep a track on weekend and what is happening. So all in all, a very very good webinar and a very nice initiative that is happening.
I would like to add one thing. Like Dr. Nilesh has said, for health insurance, we can take around 45 years. But here, for women, especially who are family planning, they should take around their marriage time, so their pregnancy is covered. And because nowadays mostly cesareans are gynaes are doing cesarean, so it goes around 1.5 to 2, and
Mm.
even the infertility is also rising, so that is also covered in most of the insurance. So women must plan around their
No,
marriage.
no, I told him it has to be covered early only. I'm telling the premium wise, health insurance, it keeps increasing. Even if you take early, every year it will keep rising. But term insurance premiums are fixed; they won't increase. So that was the difference. But health insurance, I think, also should start as early as possible. There is waiting period, a long waiting period for at least, especially for pregnancy. There's 2 years, and IVF also there is 2 or 3 years pregnancy the waiting period that is required.
So
And
here, Dr. Prachi made a very good point. But then there are some mediclaims which don't cover obstetrics. So read your riders very well when you are taking obstetric versus non-obstetric cover. So I think few mediclaims do have that. So that is important. Also, when Dr. Anupama, I mean, she gave a very good presentation. And the short term versus long term, I think we should take even the taxation. When you kind of uh, divest your funds, or when you sell off, what kind of tax bracket do you come under, and the long term versus short term capital gains is something that we should definitely look at.
So another point that I would like to bring up is that sometimes what happens is like uh, spouse will be working with company, or they would have insurance from the company, even the health insurance or the life insurance. So what happens is that especially in the health insurance, the spouse will be covered under this health insurance from the company. Even if you have some health insurance from the company, you should additionally take and separate insurance from the personal side. So otherwise what happens is like something happens to the job, the insurance suddenly stops at that point. So again, you will have to start from day one, the PED non-coverage period, and all those starts from zero again. So even if you have a company insurance, additionally have a health insurance from your personal side, especially when you have spouse in IT and all, this happens. And another one important thing that I always take to consideration is that additionally earmark a fund called health fund. We always have a tendency to keep emergency fund. In emergency fund, either earmark some portion as health fund, because you will not touch for any other purpose, because you never know, some insurance they will either delay the process, or some issue might happen, or some percentage might get cut here and there, or additional costs might happen beyond what you have in coverage for the health insurance. So always earmark some portion of your fund as health fund, and don't touch that for any reason. So that will, especially when you have elderly parents and all, because covering them under insurance becomes a little more difficult. Dr. Shraddha?
Yeah, so besides that, I think one of the important things when you think of indemnity insurance is to check in the clauses if lawyer fees and service fees is included. So that again will be an extra cost. And one important thing somebody told me, that if in case you have an indemnity case against you, stop all contact with the person who has put the case against you, and everything should be now through the lawyers only. So you get very emotional at that time. So just stop all contact, because anything communicated via phone, even directly now with cameras or on WhatsApp, will can be taken into consideration. So be very careful with that. Besides that, of course, the excellent presentation, Dr. Anupama, the graphs and all seem very overwhelming when you talk about Zeroda. But see, everybody here listening are doctors, and you've dealt with much more difficult graphs and all in your lifetime. It's all very logical when you think of it, so don't get overwhelmed. It's not like you need to be as tech savvy as Nilesh or Dr. Anupama to understand. Just start. Yesterday was the best day to start, but the next best day is today. So just start, just 500. Make a Zeroda account, upload those documents, start putting 500 rupees in say, an index fund. So just it's about discipline more than anything.
So, as Dr. Shraddha just told, like it was the best day was yesterday. Similarly, for insurance, another important quote or dictum that you have to remember is that any doctor or any person is like one hospitalization away from bankruptcy, and one doctor is a one medical legal case away from bankruptcy. So that is the most, I mean, that way it is, insurance is important. So even before even before making an emergency fund complete, you have to start with the insurance itself. So in my opinion, insurance is of first most priority. Parallelly make your emergency fund, then go to the investment. In to protect your investment, you have to have a shield, that is the insurance. And yeah. Dr. Shweta, any yeah, Dr. Shraddha, you were telling something?
No, I was wondering if after all these discussions, Dr. Aruna Kumari ma'am has anything, to say, 3 steps for insurance which are must do for anybody who is, absolutely clueless.
You want me to?
Like a summary kind of thing for, okay, we've had talks, everybody has said, but if the audience has to take away like 3 points which they are going to implement in the next 1 week in terms of insurance, what should be your guideline to them?
So coming to professional indemnity, if they are not having, as ophthalmic surgeons, we must have one. It comes with very less premium, so that is important. And the ratio, as I told, 1:1 is important. And sir has told that the individual and hospital should be different. So coming to the term insurance, because we start our career, as I told, with the debts. Not everyone, but most of us. So insurance. Start the term insurance as early as possible. Sorry, so that our premium will be fixed throughout the life, and it will be less. So 20 times the annual income, if possible. If not possible, also as large sum assured as possible. And don't club insurance with the investment. And coming to health insurance, half insurance we should never take. Half insurance is like not taking any insurance. We must have a floater. Better the split the floaters. Go for a base top up policy, and make sure that the base policy and the top up policy is on the same day. No caps of rental, no cap of sublimits, and no copay.
Excellent. So I think these last 5 minutes, whatever ma'am has said, if we can just keep that in mind and start off, make sure that it's the checklist for this week that you're going to take care of these 3 insurances in your, armamentarium. And as you go forward in that journey, you're going to just uh, keep on adding. An additional point would be AI has become superb. And once you get those policies from the agent, before you kind of pay, just you can go through AI and try and nitpick the problems which can come in. So use AI to your advantage for before you pay the premium and listen to the agent, question the agent.
Yeah,
Can I just make one point clear what Dr. Nilesh Kumar had mentioned? No, the loan insurance. I am not very sure how many people would have understood. It is an important concept. When you take a loan, no, so it's like a home loan. So, for example, me and my husband has taken a home loan, like 50-50. So it is like this. It is split by 50-50. So what happens is like we have taken a insurance for the loan. So, God forbid, but some like 50%, if at all something happens to one of the spouse, the other spouse only needs to pay 50% of the loan. So, other 50% is taken care of by the insurer. So, that is the meaning of this loan, I mean, insurance for loan. So, there is also insurance on that aspect. So, I have taken from SBI, and the insurance is also from SBI. So, that aspect is also there, which may not be known to many. So thank you, Dr. Nilesh, for bringing that up. So you think of something and there is an insurance for that.
Yeah, I got to know because we from UC we were negotiating with Policy Bazaar, and then we got to know that there are so many kinds of insurance. Like everything you want to do, there is an insurance. Even we were trying to get a deal of getting AMC and CMC covered through insurance, but they were not able to negotiate with the companies. But I think they are working on the thing that AMC and CMC soon will be like things of past, and it is all covered by a single insurance, the entire hospital.
Ma'am, nowadays we go to buy a phone, then they give a insurance for phone also.
Yeah. Phones screen, like very
Yeah,
specific.
it's like
Oh,
a
even you, I mean, board the train, you have to take that option. You
Mhm.
have that option. Travel insurance, just one
yes,
station to
yes,
next
travel
station.
insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
So, any more points, or let us wind up? So next week, in continuation, we are planning on stock market by Dr. Sunandini Bose. So please do log in, continue the journey with us. It was very nice to be speaking with you all. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Keep in touch. We'll continue the journey.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mohita
you.
madam,
Thank you.
she,
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Aruna.
you,
Thank you, Dr.
everybody.
Anupama. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Jayashree
panelists.
madam. Thank you, all the
Thank you,
panelists.
everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye.
Bye.